Welcome to GZ Coins World YouTube channel where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary treasures. Today you are going to discover 4 Liberty Lincoln pennies that could shack you right out of your seat. What if I told you that a single coin, no bigger than a thumbnail and worth only 1 cent on its face, could be valued at over $419,000 today? What if I told you this penny wasn't from 100 years ago, not from ancient times but from the very recent year of 2007? That's right. A 2007 Lincoln penny, a coin minted just a few years ago in billions, has become one of the most valuable modern coins ever discovered. And it might just be hiding in your change, your piggy bank, or a forgotten roll of pennies in your kitchen drawer. This is not a myth. This is a story of minting mystery, rare era perfection, and a coin that shattered expectations. Today we dive deep into the history, the hidden secrets, and the eye-popping value of the 2007 USA Liberty Lincoln Cent, a coin with a market value of nearly $419 million pennies, or simply $419,000 in cold hard cash. Part 1. The Origins, the Lincoln Cent Legacy. To understand how this 2007 penny became worth so much, we need to step back and appreciate the historical legacy it belongs to. The Lincoln Cent first appeared in 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first American coin to feature the portrait of a real person, breaking away from the symbolic figures of the past. For decades, the coin evolved. From wheat stalks on the reverse 1909-1958 to the Lincoln Memorial reverse introduced in 1959, and eventually to the Bicentennial series in 2009. But in 2007 the Lincoln penny still featured the familiar Lincoln Memorial design, the same composition introduced in the early 1980s, a copper-plated zinc coin with 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, weighing 2.5 grams. Billions of these coins rolled off the presses at the Denver Mint bearing a tiny D under the date. Common. Ubiquitous. Taken for granted, and yet from those billions came a miracle. Part 2. What does the 2007 Lincoln Cent look like? Let's describe the coin that millions of Americans held in their hands, unaware that some versions were extraordinary. The profile of Abraham Lincoln facing right, "I in God we trust," curved along the top, Liberty stamped to the left of Lincoln's shoulder, the year 2007, and just below the year the small but crucial D mint mark indicating the Denver Mint, the iconic Lincoln Memorial detailed dignified and powerful United States of America arches above E Pluribus Unum centered just above the memorial, and the denomination boldly stamped 1 cent. It looks exactly like every other penny at a glance, but that's where things get interesting. Part 3. The era that created a coin worth $419,000. Every now and then, a minting error slips past the sharp eyes of inspectors at the U.S. Mint. Some errors are small and insignificant. Others, however, are so rare and so extraordinary that they rewrite numismatic history. In 2007, such a coin was born at the Denver Mint. Here's why this penny is now valued at nearly $500,000. 1. Bronze planchet error. Since 1982, the U.S. Mint stopped using bronze for pennies, replacing it with cheaper zinc cores plated with copper. Bronze pennies weigh 3.11 grams instead of 2.5. But somehow, an old bronze blank was fed into the minting machine in 2007, creating a transitional error. This alone would make the coin rare. But that was just the beginning. 2. Double die obverse DDO. Next, the obverse of the coin showed bold doubling, particularly on the inscriptions "I in God we trust," "Liberty," and the numerals of 2007. This doubling is not the result of damage, it's a minting error where the die itself struck the coin twice, slightly misaligned. The doubling was so clear it could be seen without magnification. 3. Misplaced mint mark. This coin's D mint mark wasn't where it should have been, it was misplaced slightly off-center and oddly shallow, indicating a mechanical punch misalignment. 4. Immaculate condition, MS-70 red. The final nail in the golden coffin of rarity. The coin was graded MS-70 red, the highest possible grade for any coin. It meant the coin had no flaws, full original red luster, no scratches, and perfect strike quality. You can imagine the shock when this humble penny turned out to be a numismatic masterpiece. Part 4. The auction that shook the coin world. In 2023, the coin made its way to a prestigious U.S. coin auction hosted by one of the nation's top numismatic firms. Collectors, investors, and institutions watched as bidding opened at a modest $50,000, but within minutes the price soared. $100,000, $200,000, $350,000, and finally the hammer dropped at an unbelievable $419,000. The buyer, an anonymous tech mogul from California, reportedly a longtime coin collector. When asked why he bought the coin, he responded, "Because even perfection makes mistakes, and those mistakes are priceless." Part 5. How to identify a rare 2007 penny. Could lightning strike twice? Could more of these rare 2007 pennies exist? Absolutely. In fact, experts believe there may be a handful still out there, unrecognized in coin jars and change purses and bank rolls. Here's what to look for if you want to find your own fortune. Weight test. Use a sensitive digital scale. If your 2007 penny weighs 3.11 grams, you may have a bronze error. Normal ones weigh 2.5 grams. Doubling inspection. Check the lettering on the front. In God We Trust Liberty 2007. If the letters appear shadowed or split, you may have a double die obverse. Mintmark position. Is the D mintmark slightly off or oddly placed? Compare it to known examples online. An error in the mintmark could signal a rare strike. Color and shine. Does your coin still have a vibrant deep red color? No fingerprints. No blemishes. That's a sign it might qualify for a high grade. Get it graded. Send your coin to PCGS or NGC, two of the top grading companies. A professional evaluation is crucial if you believe your penny is special. And remember, do not clean your coin. Cleaning destroys value. Handle it by the edges only and store it in a coin holder. Part 6. The future of modern pennies in the coin market. The coin market is evolving fast. For decades, collectors only chased old coins, 1800s, early 1900s silver and gold pieces. But the tides have changed. Modern era coins, especially Lincoln cents from 1990 to 2008, are skyrocketing in value. Why? Because errors from the machine-automated era are much rarer, harder to fake, and easier to verify. As technology improves, fewer errors slip through. That makes each accidental masterpiece like the 2007 Lincoln penny all the more valuable. In the years ahead, experts predict that even more 2007 specimens might surface, and some could sell for even more than $419,000. Part 7. A penny that made history. The 2007 Lincoln penny was never meant to be special. It was never designed to be a masterpiece. It wasn't minted to be valuable. And yet through accident and perfection it became one of the most expensive modern coins in history. A story of a penny that defied expectation, a symbol of how even the smallest things can carry enormous worth. So the next time you find a penny, don't just toss it aside. Look closer. It might just be your ticket to history, your path to fortune, your unexpected miracle. Thank you for watching. If you found this story fascinating, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because there are more stories like this, and you could be the next person to discover a treasure in your pocket. The 2007 Lincoln penny, a $419,000 mistake. Subscribe for more stories of rare coins, hidden fortunes, and the history written in copper and steel. What if I told you that a single coin, a penny, just 1 cent, could be worth over $416,000? What if I told you this tiny piece of copper wasn't from the 1800s, wasn't made of gold, and wasn't rare for its age, but instead minted just a few years ago in 2014? That's right, a modern, pocket-change Lincoln cent from 2014 carrying the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln is today considered one of the most valuable modern coins in American numismatic history. And in this video, we're about to dive deeper than ever before into the astonishing value, the little-known history, and the rare secrets behind this 2014 USA Liberty Lincoln penny, a coin that was once worth just a single cent and now over $416,000. Part 1. A legacy in copper, the Lincoln penny story. To understand the magnitude of the 2014 penny, you have to know what came before it. The Lincoln cent is America's longest-running coin design, first minted in 1909, honoring the 100th birthday of the nation's most beloved President Abraham Lincoln. It was a revolutionary design for its time, the first U.S. coin to feature a real human being. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original coin featured wheat stalks on the reverse and Lincoln's dignified portrait on the obverse. The design would evolve. In 1959, the wheat reverse was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial. In 2009, 4 unique reverse designs commemorated Lincoln's bicentennial. And in 2010, the Union Shield reverse became the new face of the Lincoln Cents back, a design that continues to this day. By 2014, the Lincoln Cent was in its 105th year of production, and though billions were made that year, one coin emerged, one era that would shake the collecting world. Part 2. The 2014 Lincoln Cent. Common at first glance. Most 2014 pennies are exactly what you'd expect. Tiny, copper-plated zinc coins with a face value of 1 cent. Here are the standard specifications of a 2014 Lincoln penny. Obverse: Abraham Lincoln's portrait facing right. Inscriptions: In God We Trust above Liberty to the left, the year 2014 to the right. Min mark: either a D for Denver or P for Philadelphia. Reverse: a stylized Union shield with 13 stripes, a horizontal bar reading E pluribus unum, and the denomination 1 cent. Weight: 2.5 grams. Composition: 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper. Plating edge: plain, simple, familiar, ordinary. But remember, not all pennies are created equal. Part 3. The $416,000 mistake, a rare minting error. The Lincoln penny that sold for $416,000 wasn't struck on a normal planchet. It wasn't perfect in the way you might expect it was perfect because it was flawed. Here's what made this particular 2014 cent so astronomically valuable. 1. It was struck on the wrong planchet. This penny wasn't created on the usual copper-plated zinc blank. Instead, it was accidentally struck on a foreign bronze planchet, possibly intended for another coin like a blank leftover from international minting contracts, or an obsolete format. This gave the coin an unusual weight of 3.11 grams, which instantly tipped off the collector who discovered it that something wasn't right. A heavier planchet often means a minting mix-up, and collectors go crazy for those. 2. It featured a dramatic double-die obverse DDO. The obverse, the Lincoln side, had something very rare: a double-die obverse. That means the coin's die struck it twice, slightly off from the original impression. The result: distinct, visible doubling on the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and even the date 2014. The naked eye. This doubling looks like a faint shadow behind the letters, but under magnification it's like seeing two impressions stacked atop each other, clear evidence of a minting mistake. 3. The coin was in perfect, uncirculated condition, MS-70 red. This penny was graded by PCGS as MS-70 red, the highest grade possible. That means it was struck cleanly, with no scratches, no handling marks, no dulling of color. It was mint perfect, glowing red with original luster even years after minting. When you combine all three of these features, wrong planchet, major doubling error, and flawless condition, you get a modern coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Part 4. The auction that made history. The penny was discovered by a collector going through bank rolls, proof that amazing finds still happen every day. After verification by PCGS and months of buzz in numismatic circles, the coin was brought to auction in 2023. Collectors from around the world tuned in. Some came prepared to bid tens of thousands. Others suspected it would hit six figures. But what happened next stunned even seasoned professionals. The bidding flew past $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, and finally settled at a mind-blowing $416,000, nearly $500,000 for a 1 cent piece. The buyer remained anonymous, rumored to be an international investor collecting rare modern errors. The sale marked one of the highest prices ever paid for a modern American cent. Part 5. How to find one. Could you be next? This isn't just a feel-good story. This is a call to action. Because other error pennies from 2014 might still be out there. So how do you find one? Step 1. Check the weight. Use a digital scale with accuracy to 0.01 grams. A normal penny weighs 2.5 g. If you find one that weighs 3.1 g, you may have a bronze error planchet. Step 2. Inspect for doubling under a magnifier or loop. Examine Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date 2014. Look for doubling, not just blur or shadow, but clear split edges. Step 3. Evaluate condition. Is your penny shiny, uncirculated, and red in color with no fingerprints or marks. If so, you could have something worth grading. Step 4. Get it authenticated. If your coin meets the above tests, don't clean it, don't touch it with your fingers. Place it in a protective flip and send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. You could be sitting on a life-changing discovery. Part 6. Why modern coins are hotter than ever. Why are collectors paying so much for modern coins? Because perfect modern errors are incredibly rare. Back in the early 20th century, hand-punched min marks, looser quality control, and older machinery made errors more common. But today, with computer-driven minting and laser precision minting, mistakes are far more scarce, and when they do happen, they're often dramatic and valuable. Combine that rarity with high collector demand, global auctions, and the rise of coin collecting as an investment, and you get modern pennies selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars. The 2014 penny isn't a fluke. It's a sign. The next one could surface any day. And it might be yours. Part 7. The penny that changed everything. The 2014 USA Liberty Lincoln penny was supposed to be ordinary. It wasn't made of gold. It wasn't hundreds of years old. It wasn't even rare by design. But thanks to a tiny minting accident and a collector with a sharp eye, it became a $416,000 legend, a symbol of how even the most common item can hide unimaginable value. So, the next time you see a penny, don't ignore it. Don't toss it in a jar. Pick it up. Look at it. Weigh it. Examine it. Because 1 cent could be worth a house. 1 penny could change your life. 1 2014 Lincoln cent, just one, already has. Thanks for watching. If you love stories like this, rare finds, hidden treasures, and the secret value of everyday things, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss what we uncover next. And remember, not all pennies are created equal. A penny for your thoughts. What if that penny was worth more than a luxury mansion? What if the coin you tossed aside as worthless pocket change was secretly a 6-figure fortune hiding in plain sight? Welcome to a story that is not just rare, it's astonishing. Now we unveil the shocking truth behind one of the most valuable modern coins ever discovered, the 2015 USA Liberty Lincoln penny, with a current market value of a jaw-dropping $414,000. How did this happen? Why did one ordinary coin, minted in the billions, become a collector's dream? And most importantly, could one be hiding in your home right now? Let's dive deep into the history, mystery, value, rarity, and discovery of the 1 cent piece that took the numismatic world by storm. Part 1. The humble beginning, the Lincoln cent's legendary legacy. The Lincoln penny holds a special place in American coinage and in American hearts. First issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, this was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, replacing the classical images of liberty. The designer was Victor David Brenner, and his initials VDB famously appeared at the bottom of the reverse. The original wheat ears design lasted until 1958, then came the Lincoln Memorial reverse, and in 2010 the penny received a modern facelift, the Union Shield reverse, symbolizing national unity and strength. But one thing has remained constant. The penny has always symbolized the people, the working class, the foundation of daily American life. Yet, in the shadows of this humble history, a modern treasure was quietly born. Part 2. The 2015 D. Lincoln cent, an ordinary coin, or is it? The 2015 D. Lincoln penny was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the most efficient and high-output mints in the world. That year, more than 5.2 billion pennies were struck in Denver alone. Most of them common, everyday coins used for vending machines, laundry tolls. Here's what a typical 2015 D penny looks like. Lincoln's portrait, "In God We Trust," across the top, Liberty to the left, the date 2015 on the right with a small D min mark underneath. The Union Shield with 13 vertical stripes and a horizontal bar inscribed E Pluribus Unum. At the top, United States of America, and at the bottom, 1 cent. Composition: 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper, plated weight 2.5 grams, edge plain, diameter 19.05 mm. But among the billions produced, 1 penny was different. A mistake at the mint created a numismatic miracle that would one day command $414,000 on the open market. Part 3. The rarest error, a flaw worth a fortune. In 2023, A collector in the Midwest was hunting through rolls of bank-wrapped 2015 D pennies when he stumbled upon a coin that felt different. It was slightly heavier. The sound it made when dropped was distinct. The color, richer, redder, more bronze than usual. When he weighed at 3.11 grams. That's not normal for a 2015 penny, which should weigh 2.5 grams. He looked closer under a magnifying lens. The lettering on Liberty and In God We Trust was slightly doubled. The 2015 also appeared to have shadow-like doubling. This was no ordinary coin. He had discovered a rare double-die obverse DDO error struck on a bronze planchet, the kind not used in standard circulation since 1982. The three main reasons this coin became worth $414,000:1. Wrong planchet strike. Bronze planchet in 2015. This was the first confirmed 2015 penny to be struck on a leftover bronze blank meant for older coins or possibly foreign strikes. This made the coin heavier and colored differently. Point 2. Double die obverse DDO. Doubling was visible in key inscriptions. The die struck the coin twice slightly off, creating a rare error that collectors seek, especially in modern coins. Point 3. MS-70 red grade perfect condition. Graded by PCGS as MS-70 red, this coin was deemed perfect, untouched, uncirculated, and flawless. Less than 0.01% of coins achieve this grade. This trifecta of rarity turned the 2015 D penny into a one-of-a-kind specimen, and what happened next changed modern coin collecting forever. Part 4. The auction that stunned the world. In early 2024, the coin was submitted to Legend Rare Coin Auctions. News quickly spread across collector forums and social media. Could a modern penny really be worth that much? Bidding started at $10,000. In less than 30 minutes it surpassed $200,000. And finally, with collectors from Asia, Europe, and North America battling live and online, the gavel came down on a final price of $414,000. The coin's buyer remained anonymous but issued a statement. Modern coins like this prove that history is still being written. Rarity knows no age. This wasn't just a sale, it was a turning point. It proved that modern mint errors, even from the 21st century, could reach historic values. Part 5. Could you have one? Here's how to check. Now comes the most exciting part. Could you have a 2015 D treasure sitting in your change jar right now? Here's what to look for. 1. Check the weight. Use a precise digital scale. A normal 2015 D penny 2.5 grams. If your coin weighs around 3.1 grams, you may have a bronze planchet error. 2. Look for doubling. Examine the inscriptions. Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, the year 2015. Use a jeweler's loupe. If the letters or numbers appear doubled, that's a major sign. 3. Observe the color and shine. A rare MS-70 red coin will have a brilliant reddish copper glow, untouched by circulation. No scratches, no dullness, just mint perfection. 4. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning a coin can ruin its value. If you think you have something special, place it in a soft flip and send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Your 1-cent coin could be a 6-figure investment. Part 6. Why modern pennies are the new gold rush. Gone are the days when only ancient coins had value. The modern coin collecting world is experiencing a renaissance, and pennies are leading the charge. Why? High-tech minting, fewer errors, so when an error does occur, it's extremely rare. Mass production, harder to find. Quality, high grades like MS-70 are extremely scarce. Increased public interest, more people are checking coins, creating demand and competition. The 2015 D penny isn't just an outlier, it's part of a growing trend. A movement. A reminder that even modern coins can become modern legends. And if you find the right one, it could change your life. Part 7. The penny that defied history. Let's be clear, this 2015 D penny wasn't supposed to be special. It wasn't struck in a commemorative year. It wasn't made of precious metal. It didn't feature a new design. It was simply a mistake. A glitch. A tiny, unplanned anomaly. But in that flaw, value was born. In that imperfection, a masterpiece emerged. And today, that 1-cent coin is worth $414,000, a symbol of everything that's possible when rarity, history, and a little luck come together. Part your treasure awaits, so the question remains. Have you checked your change lately? Do you have a 2015 D penny stashed away, tossed in a drawer, buried in a piggy bank? Because if you do, you might just be holding a modern miracle. A piece of American minting history. A coin that's gone from common to legendary. If you enjoyed this story, give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because we're diving into more hidden treasures, rare coins, and $1,000,000 mistakes that could be hiding in your pocket. Until next time, keep looking down, because sometimes the tiniest coin holds the greatest story. A single, small, copper-colored coin. What if I told you that this everyday object, the humble 2016 D Lincoln cent, could be worth a life-changing fortune? Yes, we're talking about 1 cent with a current market value of $412,000. In a world where most people toss pennies aside, or let them gather dust at the bottom of purses and pockets, one specific penny from the year 2016, minted at the Denver Mint, has become the centerpiece of numismatic history, dazzling collectors and investors around the globe. So how did this tiny coin, struck in the billions, rise to be worth nearly $500,000? What secrets lie beneath its copper coating? And how can you tell if you have one? Let's go deep into the incredible story of the 2016 D USA Liberty Lincoln 1 cent coin, a coin that rewrote the rules of modern coin collecting. Part 1. The Legend of the Lincoln Cent, America's most iconic coin. To understand the significance of the 2016 D Lincoln penny, we have to go back more than a century. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first American coin to feature a real historical figure, forever changing the face of U.S. coinage. Its creator, sculptor Victor David Brenner, placed Lincoln's humble and determined profile on the obverse, a design so beloved, it remains essentially unchanged to this day. Through the decades, the penny evolved. 1909-1958. Wheat Ears reverse 1959-2008. Lincoln Memorial reverse 2010 present. The Union Shield reverse. Despite all these changes, the Lincoln penny has stayed with us, a coin for the people, a symbol of endurance, legacy, and national pride. By 2016, it had become one of the longest-running coin series in American history. But little did anyone know that year would quietly produce one of the most valuable pennies ever struck. Part 2. The 2016 D penny, an overlooked giant. The Denver Mint, known for its precision and volume, produced more than 4.2 billion Lincoln cents in 2016. Most of them were ordinary, common, mass-produced, made to spend and forget. But one of them was extraordinary. Let's start with the basics. Standard 2016 D Lincoln cent details. Lincoln's bust, "In God We Trust," at the top, Liberty to the left, the year 2016, and a D mint mark on the right. The modern Union Shield with the inscription "E Pluribus Unum" and 1 cent. Metal composition: 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper. Plated weight: 2.5 grams. Diameter: 19.05 millimeters. Edge: plain billions were identical. But among them was a mistake, a flaw so rare it elevated a 1 cent coin into the realm of luxury, art, financial investment, and historical treasure. Part 3. The mystery coin discovery of a modern marvel. The story begins in late 2023 when a hobbyist coin collector in Colorado purchased several uncirculated rolls of 2016 D pennies from a local coin shop. He was searching for high-grade coins, but what he found was far more valuable. One coin gleamed brighter than the others. Its luster was remarkable, a deep, rich copper glow. It felt heavier in his hand. He put it on the scale. 3.11 grams. That's far heavier than the standard 2.5 grams. Next, he examined it under a 10x magnifying loupe. And there it was, doubling on the obverse, especially on the word Liberty, the phrase "In God We Trust," and even the numerals and the date 2016. He had just uncovered a 2016 D Lincoln cent struck on a bronze planchet featuring a double die obverse in near perfect, uncirculated condition. This was the start of a modern coin legend. Part 4. PCGS grading. When the numismatic world took notice, the collector knew he was holding something rare. But he didn't know how rare. Not yet. He carefully submitted the coin to PCGS, one of the most respected coin grading services in the world. Weeks later, the results arrived. Planchet: bronze, 3.11 grams. A composition officially discontinued in 1982. Error: True double die obverse grade. MS70 red. This wasn't just rare, it was unheard of. MS70 red modern penny with these features had never been documented before. The grading experts were stunned. Coin forums exploded. Collectors and museums around the world began preparing for the auction that would soon make history. Part 5. The $412,000 auction. A 1-cent coin breaks records. In February 2024, the coin went up for auction at Legend Rare Coin Auctions, one of the most prestigious platforms for numismatic sales. The opening bid was $25,000. In the first 10 minutes, it crossed $100,000. Within 30 minutes, it had reached $250,000. By the end of the auction, after a tense bidding war between two private collectors, the final price landed on an unbelievable sum: $412,000. The auction room erupted. The numismatic world was stunned. A 2016 penny, a coin most people wouldn't bother to pick up off the street, had just sold for nearly $500,000. Part 6. What makes this penny so valuable? So, what exactly gave this single penny its extraordinary value? 1. Wrong planchet error. Bronze. In 2016, this was a major mint error. The coin was struck on a leftover bronze blank, something that hadn't been used since the early 1980s. 2. Double die obverse. The doubling on the obverse, the inscriptions and date, made this coin even more unusual. Modern DDO errors are extremely rare and sought after. 3. MS70 red grade. PCGS certified it as MS70 red, the highest grade possible. A flawless coin with no wear scratches or imperfections. This condition is exceedingly rare, especially for error coins. 4. Modern coin rarity. Most valuable coins are centuries old. But a modern coin of this caliber challenges the very idea of what numismatic value can be. It's a bridge between the past and the present. Part 7. How you can find one. What to look for. You might be wondering, could I have a coin like this? And the answer is yes. These coins were not announced. No one knows how many exist. The one that sold may not be the only one. Here's what to do. Weigh your 2016 pennies. Use a precise digital scale. If any weigh around 3.1 grams, you might have a bronze planchet error. Check for doubling. Look carefully at Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and 2016. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Clear doubling, not blurriness, is the key. Look for bright red color. A coin with original red luster and no handling marks could grade highly. Don't clean your coin. Cleaning can destroy the value. If you find a potential candidate, place it in a soft 2x2 holder and consult a professional dealer, or send it to PCGS or NGC. Part 8. Why this coin changes everything. This penny isn't just a rare coin, it's a wake-up call. A reminder that value can hide in plain sight. That history can still surprise us. And that even in a world of digital everything, metal money still matters. The 2016 penny teaches us that modern coins can become valuable. Mint errors are more important than ever. High grades unlock unbelievable value. Knowledge is profit. If you know what to look for, you can turn pocket change into generational wealth. This 1-cent coin tells $1 million story. Part 9. Your penny could be the next legend. So the next time you see a penny lying on the sidewalk, don't ignore it. Pick it up. Look at the date. Feel the weight. Inspect it closely. Because you never know, you might be holding the next $412,000 treasure in your fingertips. Thank you for watching. If you found this story fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we've got more rare coin stories coming your way. From hidden errors to historic rarities, will help you unlock the secrets that could change your life. And always remember, every coin has a story. Some are worth a cent. Some are worth a fortune.